What's up, guys? My name's Adonis Crash Boom, and you guys are watching Adonis Live. And today we're going to be talking about my experience on being black in Romania and what you should know if you are coming to this country, Romania, if you are black or colored or anything that you should know about being in Romania. Now, here's a little backstory on me. I'm originally from New York City. I was born in Brooklyn, raised in the Bronx, and let's just say I stumbled upon having the opportunity to come to Romania. Those details on that stories can be a very long story, so I'd rather not get into it on this type of broadcast, but here's a couple of things that I've learned and I've experienced on being in Romania. Now, here's a disclaimer. Most of the stuff that I'm saying to you are my experiences. It doesn't mean that all Romanians are like this, and it does not mean that all Romanians are going to behave like this. But based off of my experience, I've been in Romania for about 5 years, learning the culture, networking from different type of classes and levels of Romania. And we're going to get to talking about a couple of different things that you should know while being in Romania. First thing is, yes, we all know that Romania is a very beautiful country. Some parts of Romania has very good landscape, very beautiful culture, and a very long culture and history. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We're going to talk about the facts, the truth of what's going on. Now, in Romania, there are two different types of, let's say, communities. We have the Romanian community and the Romani community. Well, maybe that's not correct, but I'm formerly known as the Romanian community and the Gypsy community. All right, there's a Gypsy community, which are known as the Tsiganis, and then there's a Romanian community, which the Romanian communities do not believe that the Gypsy community are Romanian. They don't want them to be Romanian. They don't support the fact that they are considered Romanian, and they blame majority of everything that goes bad in this country or that is connected with Romania on this type of culture. Now, we're not going to talk about the diplomatics and problematic situations on this type of conversation. These is just something that you need to know. Now, if you're from America like I am, we can affiliate ourselves and say, well, we are the Gypsy community of America. Let's just say that, all right? In Romania, they don't understand the difference between Africans and Americans and black Americans. They don't know the difference. They don't know the difference between Africans and Jamaicans. If your skin is darker than theirs, you are considered black, and that's what it comes down to. They don't know the difference. They don't know the culture difference, and that's not a problem, but it is a problem in a way. One of the things that I've learned now, okay, yes, I'm an entertainer, but me walking around the streets in Romania, I've learned that the older generation has this thing, which I consider, well, from my culture, is very disrespectful that they would do. But a lot of them don't see it like that, and they won't understand it. That thing is, the older generation will stare. Now, when I say, Gabe, like, what do you mean stare? I'm like, they will stare at you. And I know I got a different color hair, which I need to get done, but they will stare at you, even if you lock eyes with them and stare at them back, you know? And they will do it not knowing, because my mother told me at a very young age, staring at people is very rude. Do not do that at all. These guys would literally stare at you, and literally, even if they make eye contact with you, they will literally still stare at you. Which is like, come on, bro. Like, not knowing, because maybe in their culture, that's not something that's actually uncomfortable or something that's bad. But that's one of the things that I found very uncomfortable with being in Romania itself. Now, there are different types of classes in Romania. The more you go to the countryside, the more you'll find a lot of nicer, more happier type of people that go through their life in a more symptomatic way. But the more you come to the bigger cities, you'll see a lot of different things. Now, coming back to being black in Romania, they don't know the difference between the cultures, and they do not understand the exact details on their cultures. For example, me being American, they know that, oh, police brutality, you guys have guns, America's not safe, and America's cool, music, hip-hop, Jay-Z, 50 Cent, Snoop Doggy Dogg, DMX, but they don't know the actual culture or what's actually going down with the details, because majority of the people in Romania speak English but not very perfect, and they're not in tune with different cultures as fluently and frequently as the United Kingdom's is. Now, not saying all Romanians are like this, but the people who are born in Romania and who live in Romania are almost like this, you understand? They're so stuck into the Romanian thing. This brings me to another very important thing that you should know. You will get the same questions over and over everywhere you go. What do you think about Romania? What do you think about the food? What do you think about the music? Do you like sarmale? Do you like mici? Do you like mamaliga cabrunza? Which will get to a point of knowing that one of the things I've realized is that They only focus on their culture and what they know from their culture, and that's not a bad thing. But the more you spend talking to Romanians, and if you build a super big following in Romania like I have, you'll realize that they're not really that in tune with other people's culture. They're so stuck in their, well, you can't deny or feel any type of way about it. They're 40 years behind because of communism that they just recently got out of with their last big president, or communistic president, Ceausescu. That's the name of the big president. But not right now. They have a German president at this moment in time, Klaus Yanis. I think that's his name. But this is one of the things I really think that you guys should really know. They don't really understand what it is to be black and how it feels to be black. You will get a lot of people that want to be your friend. They will say, hey, how are you? Yeah, this is my friend. They'll even try to throw the N-word back and forth, not really understanding the details in the history on that word, just to seem cool and actually involved with the hip thing that's going on. Because let's be realistic, the urban thing that's going on is the most popular thing in cultures is black culture itself. But they won't really understand that. And in Romania, I'm not the only black person in Romania. No, there are Africans who come to Romania to get a better education, to become doctors or get their masters in Romania. Now, these Africans will come over to Romania and they'll be greeted as black people. Like I said, clarify. Romanians do not know the difference in culture. In America, we know the difference between American, black Americans, African Americans will say, and Africans. You know, those are completely different cultures itself. Jamaicans and African Americans, they're completely different cultures. They're even different classes, and some people would say.
The Jamaican patois word of the day is bumbo clot.
Let's go to McDonald's. They look well. The barbers are back open because of this COVID-19 pandemic.
Still stare at me. Waiting for the train. Still be staring at me.
Romanians don't know this. So the Africans that come over looking for a better opportunity and want to see success will fall into this type of pleasing the masses. That's what I'll say. Even I have, I'm not gonna lie, I have 300,000 followers on TikTok right now at this moment in time. And you'll jump in and listen to Romanian music, talk about Romanian things, which if you do, you will most likely get a lot more successful in this country because let's be real, you're the only black thing they've seen talking about Romania in probably their whole life. Let's be realistic, all right? And they're very proud when they see people talk about Romania. They're a very proud country. They are, really are, which they based off because they're Romanian, they have to be, but some of them really know that Romania is not the best country in the world, and they all wish that if they could change something about Romania, they'll change the things in the system that's happening within the government. But back to being black. It's one of the most complicated things because you will find a lot of success, a lot of people who want to do collaborations with you, a lot of people who want to see you, a lot of people who want to hang out with you. But will they understand how you feel and how it feels to be black? And I know what you think. It doesn't matter. I just want to be successful. I want to get a lot of views. I want to do this and this and this. It doesn't matter until you actually start to feel like no matter how productive or no matter how supportive you are of their culture and what they do. Now, I could be wrong, but from my experience, 5 years here, you'll always be that outsider. You'll never fit in, even if you speak the language perfectly. They would never fully understand, which no one else would, how it feels to be you. And you could say nobody will understand how it feels to be you, and I'm completely correct. But in America right now, even our white people, Caucasian people, Hispanic people, Mexican, Chinese people, they're starting to understand that certain things are not okay. In Romania, because they're too far behind in their culture, let's just say that they don't understand how it feels to be black and how it feels to be only used or friends with because of the color of your skin. And one of the biggest, most uncomfortable things is when they try to say the N-word.
Ești prost?
To be cool and not realize that that's actually insulting. There are many different things that I've experienced in Romania, which I genuinely think is an okay country, you know? Just the lack of knowledge and a lack of uncomfortability that you'll learn and experience while being here because of the cultural difference in the understanding of different cultures will sometimes rub you the wrong way, let's just say. One of the things I'll say to you is, if you are black and you are coming to Romania or from a different country, you will get a lot of exposure from being from America or from a different country, speaking and talking in the Romanian culture way. You'll be the entertainment that is different and amazing at that moment in time. But you still won't fit in